X's transparency tool told us a lot this week and caused quite a stir in the MAGA community because many conservative top-leading accounts with as many as 1 million followers were seen to be operating on foreign soil. Accounts like Ivanka News was operating out of Nigeria, MAGA Nation was in Eastern Europe, Trump is my president was operating out of Macedonia, and America First was operating out of Bangladesh. We also saw accounts from Russia, Thailand, and other places like that. Now, none of this is surprising because when Elon took over X, he wasn't concerned with truth as much as he was engagement. He himself has promoted extremist language and misinformation, and many other people like Mark Zuckerberg have removed the safeguards off of social media accounts to protect from troll farming and to protect from misinformation because they were more concerned about making money off of interactions with those posts than promoting the truth. Now, in 2014, BuzzFeed reported about troll farms coming out of Russia that were operating huge social media accounts in order to polarize the American people. It was never about making one candidate win or the other one lose. It was about making sure that the American people are divided from within, polarizing the left versus right when America is facing a top versus bottom issue. Now, of course, they have removed that tool because it exposed so many of these accounts because, again, truth was never the issue. And it begs the question about what are we doing to protect the American people from misinformation? And this is something that matters to everyone because if you look at Ground News and you go to the bias distribution, this is actually very center forward bias because everyone cares about this. Everyone cares that we know where our information is coming from. And hopefully it will spark a conversations to hold social media accounts accountable for what they are promoting, what they are allowing to happen. If you listen to my podcast, Flipping Tables, my episode with Timothy Hafey, who was the lead investigative counsel for January 6th and the Charlottesville riots, talks about how social media accounts allowing for misinformation to spread is what's causing the extremism increase in the United States, particularly on the right. Things that used to be very fringe ideas or things that are conspiratorial were not shared or promoted because they're untrue, now being allowed to be on social media across the board without really any regulation or restraint because social media is not held to the same standard that news platforms are where they can get sued and fined for spreading misinformation. This is why Fox News was fined $787 million for lying about a stolen election because during discovery, it was discovered that Fox News knew it was untrue and they continued to say it anyway. Now, it does seem that the meme going around of DHS Gov operating out of Tel Aviv, Israel is misinformation. And that's why it's so important to fact check all of this. I go to Ground News immediately. I check and see which accounts were actually seen operating on foreign soil. And what I thought was extremely interesting was the bias distribution on this, which indicates to me that this is an important issue for everyone. And if you'd like to use these tools, you can subscribe at groundnews.com/Monty for 40% off their Vantage plan. It's about $5 a month. But it's really important that one, we get really good information, two, that we hold social media accounts accountable, but also that we verify the information anyway.